Once upon a time, in the lush and bountiful garden of Farmer Fuzzy, there lived a tiny but curious cucumber named Carl. Unlike the other cucumbers, who preferred sunbathing in the warm sunlight, Carl had an insatiable hunger for adventure. Every day, Carl would wiggle about in the garden patch dreaming of all the fantastic places he would explore if only he could move more than an inch at a time. He often chatted with his friends Sydney the Snail and Benny the Beetle, sharing wild tales of the forest that lay beyond Farmer Fuzzy's fence. One day, Carl mused, "I'm going to explore that forest and discover its secrets." Sydney the Snail shook her head slowly. "It's scary out there, Carl. You could get lost or worse, with all those birds and other creatures lurking about." But Benny, always up for a challenge, chirped excitedly, "I think it's a grand idea. I'll go with you, Carl. Two adventurers are better than one." The next morning, Carl and Benny decided it was time to leave the garden and embark on their daring adventure. They bade farewell to Sydney, who promised to guide them to the fence. Crossing through the colorful blooms and buzzing bees, they finally reached the towering picket fence that separated their little world from the great unknown. With Benny's helpful nudging and a mighty cucumber squeeze, Carl popped through to the other side. "Whoa!" Carl exclaimed, "Look at all of that." The world beyond was a wonderland. Trees stretched high into the sky, and streams flowed with crystal-clear water. The air was filled with the songs of birds and the scents of wildflowers. Their first stop was the stream of silver. Benny leapt onto Carl's green shoulder, and they rode the gentle current together, laughing all the way. "What's that shimmering over there?" Benny pointed. With curiosity, they approached and found a waterfall cascading down the rocks like a curtain of diamonds. After marveling at the waterfall, they ventured into the Enchanted Forest. In the Enchanted Forest, the trees whispered secrets to one another. They met the wise old owl, Orion, who shared stories of ancient times. "Remember, young adventurers," Orion hooted, "the key to every great adventure is courage and curiosity. Never lose those." By the time the sun began to set, painting the forest in shades of gold and pink, Carl and Benny felt they had discovered a piece of magic. They decided to make the journey home, filled with tales to share and hearts full of memories. When they finally reached the garden, Sydney was eagerly awaiting their return. Both adventurers recounted every detail of their journey by the light of the moon. From that day on, Carl the Cucumber became known as Carl the Brave. He taught everyone that courage and a good friend could make dreams come true, no matter how small you are. And so, nestled once again amongst his fellow vegetables, Carl drifted to sleep smiling, dreaming of the next grand adventure waiting just beyond the garden's gate. Subscribing to our channel and liking the video might seem like a small thing to you, but it means everything to us. Your support is what keeps us going and bringing more adventures. Thank you.